Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Helprr. Today, this is going to be a little bit different. Today, I want to share a story that many of you might relate to. It's a story of fear, doubt, and the moment when everything changed. A wake up call that led to a newfound sense of confidence. If you have ever struggled with self doubt or fear that holds you back, this episode is for you. We'll explore how to face those fears head on, step into confidence, and reclaim your sense of self worth. Let's dive in. Imagine this, it's 7 a.m. The alarm goes off, and you already feel that knot of anxiety in your stomach. You've got a big presentation at work today, but all you can think about are the what ifs. What if I mess up? What if they don't like my ideas? What if I'm just not good enough? This was me every single day. The fear of failure was so strong, it was paralyzing. I would overthink every step, doubting myself constantly. It was like being trapped in a loop of self doubt. And no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to escape it. My confidence was at rock bottom, and I was constantly second guessing everything I did. Can you relate to that feeling? But then, something happened that completely shifted my perspective. I remember this day so clearly. It was a Tuesday, and I had a meeting scheduled with a potential client. I'd been preparing for it for weeks, obsessing over every detail. But on that morning, as I stood in front of the mirror, something in me snapped. I looked at my reflection and thought, what am I so afraid of? I asked myself the same question again. What am I so afraid of? I realized that my fear wasn't about the presentation or the client. My fear was about rejection. I was terrified that if I didn't get this right, it would confirm every doubt I had about myself. But here's the wake up call. I asked myself, what if I'm wrong? What if the fear I have been holding on to is based on assumptions that aren't even true? At that moment, I decided to let go of the fear. Not all at once, of course, but piece by piece. I walked into that meeting with the mindset that I wasn't defined by the outcome. Whether I nailed the presentation or not did not define my worth. And you know what? That shift in perspective changed everything for me. The presentation went better than I could have imagined. Not because I was suddenly fearless, but because I chose to face my fear with confidence instead of letting it control me. So, what can we learn from the story? The truth is, fear is a part of life. It's something we all experience, but it doesn't have to hold us back. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward despite it, right? Now, let's talk about some actionable steps you can take to overcome fear and step into confidence. The first step to overcoming fear is to challenge the story you're telling yourself. Often, fear is rooted in assumptions or past experiences. Maybe you have failed before and now you believe it will happen again. But is that belief based on fact or just fear talking? Cognitive behavioral therapy, or also known as CBT, teaches us to challenge these distorted thoughts by asking, is this true or is it just a story I'm telling myself? For example, if you are afraid of public speaking, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Will people really laugh at me? Probably not. More often than not, our fears are exaggerated versions of reality. Confidence doesn't come from waiting until you feel ready because you're never going to feel ready. It comes from taking action even when you don't feel confident. Start small. If speaking up in meetings scare you, start by contributing just one idea. Over time, those small steps will build your confidence muscle. According to research from Harvard Business Review, taking small, calculated risks helps you gradually desensitize yourself to fear. Each success, no matter how minor, reinforces your belief in your ability to handle challenges. The key here is consistency. Keep taking those small steps, and you'll see a big difference over time. One of my favorite books, Atomic Habits, just talks about this concept so beautifully. I strongly recommend you read that book. Building confidence isn't something you have to do alone. In fact, one of the best ways to overcome fear is by surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a supportive community, having others who lift you up can make a huge difference. This is where Helprr.ai comes in. At Helprr, we offer peer mentorship programs and action plans designed to help you build your confidence step by step at your pace. You'll get personalized challenges and support from a community that understands the journey you're on. Sometimes all you need is a little nudge from someone who's been where you are, right? One last thing. Don't forget to celebrate your progress. Confidence isn't built overnight. But every small win matters. Did you speak up in that meeting? Celebrate it. Did you try something new, even though it scared you? Celebrate it. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your efforts, no matter how small they seem. Remember, the wake up call for me was realizing that I wasn't defined by my fears or failures, and neither are you. Confidence comes from embracing the journey, facing your fears with courage, and taking one small step at a time. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you found this story helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you're ready to take the next step in overcoming fear and building confidence, check out Helprr.ai for personalized mentorship and action plans designed just for you. Remember, you're capable of so much more than you think. So go out there and step into your confidence. Bye.